Hey everyone, I do hope you're well. This is Usman from Fastn, and today we'll be deep diving into Fastn UCL and from an embedding perspective. So, just to give you a rough idea about what Fastn UCL is basically a unified command layer, and it allows you to connect your AI agent to 1,000 plus tools seamlessly under one hub without setting up any code. And yes, Fastn UCL is for free, so you don't need to pay for anything. And just to give you sort of a rough idea about, what this tutorial is about, this is going to be a quick start guide on setting up your connectors and actions to finally integrating them into your respective SaaS product and giving your agent that connectivity with 1,000 plus tools or any tool that you're currently working with, right? So if you want to learn more about Fastn UCL, you can just head over to our website, ucl.dev. And if you're just more curious about learning about Fastn UCL, we also have our documentation section already available over here. But for this particular demonstration, we will be focusing solely on embedding from setting up connectors to finally putting them on your existing AI agent, finally embedding them all the way, right? So if you want to follow step by step this video, you can easily do that. Otherwise, we also do have this step-by-step written tutorial, which gives you a good bird's eye view of what to follow and how does embedding overall works, right? So you can easily follow that. And just to make things even more easier and immersive for you guys, we also have a GitHub repository already available, which is basically a demo application where you'll be using this demo application and seeing how embedding actually works, right? So you can see over here, I already have my repository already open, and and there are some dependencies that I have to follow, some prerequisites that I have to follow in order to use this application, right? So if you already have a code editor, you can easily just clone this repository, download the zip file, whatever, and just move ahead, right? Otherwise, if you are, hey, that I don't want to use my own code editor, I just want to, use it on the go, then you can easily just go to GitHub code spaces and access this entire code base. So, first of all, what I'm going to do is, right, that I'm going to log in into Fastn UCL, right? And once I've logged into Fastn UCL, it will ask me to either create an account or log in. And you'll see over here that once I've logged in, it will ask me to, either create a workspace or select any of the workspace I have, right? So by default, you already have workspace available, right? So by default, you have my workspace available. But if you want to create more than one workspace, then you're very able to do so. So over here, I'm going to select my workspace. And as I open my workspace, right, you'll see all of these connectors that are available, right? And within them are certain tools. So once you connect your account to these respective tools, you'll be able to simply, use these actions or tools accordingly, right? So all you have to do is just, select one of your favorite connectors, connect your account, and then use either one of these actions or all of them. It really doesn't matter. It's very easy to do so, right? And as far as the code base goes, so we already have the code. I've already downloaded the code base over here. So I'm gonna head over to my code editor, and you'll see that I've already opened my workspace, right? So by default, you'll have all of these files, all of these folders already opened. So over here, right now, what I've done is I've clicked on, environment. So the first thing we have to do, by the way, is we have to enable our connectors, which I've done. So over here, you can see that I have my connectors enabled. I have my um, all of my actions enabled or my tools enabled as well. And this is going to play a very pivotal role because your workspace is tied to your connectors and your actions. This is a very key important thing to note while you're working or, when you're embedding these connectors onto your respective agent, right? So I'm going to click over here to integrate, right? And you'll see that there are some steps that I need to follow that you'll see Fastn MCP server URL, then you'll see this embed agent connect UI, which will play a very critical role during this tutorial. So right now, what I'm gonna do is, if I head back to my code, right? So you'll see that in the environment file, right? I'll see two environment variables, which is an OpenAI API key and an MCP server URL, right? Keep in mind that it is not necessary for you to use an OpenAI API key. You can even use Gemini, Claude, whatever that suits you, right? So over here, I'm gonna put in my API key. right? And then I'm gonna head over to my Fastn MCP server URL, right? So I'm gonna copy this and note over here that there are two things to really keep in mind. Over here, you have what you call as a space ID, right? So over here, you'll see a space ID, and then you'll also see a tenant ID and an authentication token, right? The space ID is very crucial because your space ID is sort of an identifier for you to actually connect with the right workspace and actually use those respective connectors, right? But we're not going to go too deep into that. All we're going to do is just copy that server URL. I'm going to copy this over here, put it over here, and I'm going to click on save. So now that we have placed in our Open API key, right, and then we're placed in our Fastn MCP server URL over here, right, we're gonna move towards, the second step over here, which is embedding that layer of Agent Connect, that overall, our connectors and tools, so we can actually see it in works on our existing demo website, right? So all I have to do is just, copy this command and place it according to the respective application where I want it to be shown, and I can customize how the layout of that Agent Connect UI should be according to my website or my application or certain styling, right? So for the sake of this tutorial, right, we if I head over to Agent Connect, right, if I head over to Agent Connect over here, you'll see that I've already placed in the Agent Connect UI. But what I've done is I've customized this according to what the demo application will be like, right? So that it can easily blend in, and you can do that exactly as well, right? One thing I'll mention is that if you head over to page.tsx, right, over here, within the application folder, right, you'll see that the layout of how everything is designed, but you'll also see that we have an Agent Connect container, which will play a very crucial role in calling that Agent Connect UI. But for now, I've commented that, and this is just for us to demonstrate, right? For you to see that how does your application look like before you're using Fastn UCL and after you have actually embedded Fastn UCL, right? So, for example's sake, we're just gonna showcase that as well. So I'm gonna type in npm run dev, right? I'm gonna enter this and my site should be ready. So my site over here is ready. I'm gonna click over here to the site and it's gonna redirect me to our demo application where we are using an AI assistant, right? So over here you can see that this is my demo app. I have my AI assistant which can do the tedious tasks, right? Giving me some insights about something from existing data sources and stuff like that. So now you can see over here that I can't see my connectors, I can't see my tools. I don't know what it is, right? Because right now we haven't really utilized the Agent Connect UI, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to that page.tsx file. I'm gonna remove this comment over here. I'm gonna uncomment this and I'm gonna hit save. And you'll see the changes, right? So when I go back to that site, you'll see that the layer that I talked about, the Agent Connect UI, now it's being shown over here, and you can see that the available applications are connected, and then you can see the tools, right? And if I go back to Fastn UCL, right? If I go back to Fastn UCL, and you'll see that if I head back to Connect, you'll see all of these connectors that I had enabled in the website, right? They're already there in the application as well. So over here, you'll see that I've enabled all of these applications, and I've enabled their respective tools as well, right? So if I go back to the site, you'll see that those same applications are available over here. Those connectors are already available over here, and I've enabled some of the applications over here um, already. So over here, I have also my tools are also available, right? So now that I've connected my Gmail and my Google Docs, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little test. So the test is gonna be let's send an email, so send an email to man@tryfasting.ai. And let's say, just for simplicity's sake, let's keep it as, the subject is hello world and the body is hey there, try passing UCL. So I'm gonna hit enter, and you're now gonna see this in action. So now it's thinking it's gonna utilize the existing connectors that I've connected, right? So over here, you'll see that, I'm just gonna wait, and it's gonna implement it very soon, and it's gonna call those tools exactly, right? So over here, it's asking us that if we want to confirm with this action. So I'm gonna click on yeah, I'm gonna just type in yes, and it's gonna think, and it's gonna give us that exact result, right? That what we actually wanted to do. So if I let's just wait for a bit. Yeah. So over here you can see that the email has been successfully sent at tryfasten to smart@tryfasten.ai with the subject hello world, right? And keep in mind that this is where we also utilize the concept of multi-tenancy. So over here, my tenant is maybe test tenant or Usman one. It could be any tenant, right? But I'm using a tenant called test tenant, and over here I have enabled two connectors, right? So if let's suppose your tenant ID is maybe let's say James 1 or James 2, right? You'll have the same applications, but you'll be able to connect with those connectors with your own email IDs, with your own accounts, right? Instead of logging the other person out. And that's the idea of multi-tenancy within Fastn UCL. But this was an overall walkthrough about Fastn UCL from an embedding perspective, and this is how you can take advantage and make your AI agents do more using Fastn UCL. So I do hope this gave you a really good insight around Fastn UCL. And if you're just really into learning more about Fastn UCL, you can head over to our documentation section over here, and you can just learn more about Fastn UCL and how do we change the way that AI agents are currently working. So with that being said, thank you so much.